Listen carefully. You think she's just busy, that she's going through a phase, or maybe she's just tired. But here's the truth. She's already checked out, and you're the last one to know. You don't need a dramatic confession or a confrontation to realize this. You just need to start noticing the signs that are hiding in plain sight. She's not going to tell you she's done. She won't say, "I'm leaving you." Instead, she'll subtly slip away, one polite excuse at a time. At first, it's small things, a delayed text here, a vague "work ran late" there. But eventually, it starts to add up. You'll begin to wonder why she's so exhausted when it's your turn to connect, but always full of energy when it's anyone else. Why she seems to disappear into gym sessions or last-minute plans, always with someone else. And here's the kicker. She's not tired of you, she's tired of pretending. These little shifts are part of a carefully crafted exit plan. It's not that she doesn't care, she's just moved on emotionally, and you're stuck playing catch-up. But here's the thing. This is just the beginning. The worst weapon isn't guilt, it's something far more dangerous. Keep watching, because you're about to learn how to spot the hidden signs before it's too late. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me where you're watching from. Sign 1. The disappearing acts. You've probably already noticed it, even if you didn't want to admit it. At first, she was quick to reply, texting you back with excitement, sending spontaneous photos, or checking in throughout the day. But now, it's like pulling teeth to get a response. You send her a message, and hours go by before she acknowledges it. The worst part? When she does reply, it's almost too brief, just enough to acknowledge you without really engaging. At first, you tell yourself, she's just busy, or maybe I'm overthinking it. But this isn't just a one-time thing. The delays become routine. The reply time stretches, and it's never a random moment, it's strategic. She's choosing when to reply, and more often than not, it's when she has nothing better to do. You can feel it. The connection is slowly being chipped away at. Then, there's the read, but no reply game. You see that she's read your text, but there's no response. It's not even a one-off. This becomes the new normal. It's like she's holding back, keeping you on a string, never fully committing to a conversation, but just enough to keep you guessing. And when you ask her what's going on, she tells you, "Sorry, I was caught up with work," or "It's been a crazy day." But you know, deep down, this isn't just about being busy. It's about something much deeper. She's pulling away, bit by bit, leaving you wondering if you're the one still invested. But the real kicker, it gets even more subtle from here. The next sign is far more dangerous. Keep watching. Sign 2. The new excuses and alibis. You used to be her first priority. Now, it feels like every time you try to make plans, there's an excuse. "I've got to work late. I have to help Sarah with something. I'm meeting Val for a drink." At first, it didn't raise any red flags. Everyone gets busy, right? But after a while, you begin to notice the pattern. Here's the catch. When it's you, her schedule is suddenly packed. But when you ask her about these mysterious plans, the details always seem a little off. You know Sarah isn't really in town. And Val, she's the friend you've never met. But she's always there when you need her least. And then there's the timing. She cancels plans or pulls out of last-minute dates, only to spontaneously show up somewhere else, always with friends or some work-related excuse. It doesn't add up. And yet, when you ask, the answers are always vague. "I didn't get the chance to text you back," or "I lost track of time." Funny how these unpredictable plans always seem to involve someone else, never you. She's not telling you she's done. She's just finding ways to be elsewhere. And it gets worse from here. The next sign? It's not an excuse. It's an emotional withdrawal. Sign 3. Vague future plans. You've been talking about the future, right? Maybe it's a weekend getaway, a vacation, or even just plans for next month. But when you bring it up, she's suddenly non-committal. "We'll see," she says. "Let's talk about it closer to the date." The conversation shifts, but it's never a definite yes or no. There's no excitement, no planning, no urgency to make it happen. At first, you try to brush it off. Maybe it's just a busy time for her or she's unsure. But it starts to feel like this isn't just about timing, it's about detachment. The future used to include you both, but now it's like she's holding something back, unwilling to picture herself with you beyond the present. She doesn't just stop talking about future plans, she actively avoids them. When you bring up something long-term, she changes the subject or gives a quick, vague answer. I don't think that far ahead right now. But you used to dream together, plan together, share those little moments of excitement for what was to come. What's really happening? She's emotionally disconnecting, pulling back from a shared future she no longer envisions. And it's not just about the weekend getaway. It's about her quietly letting go of what was once important. But this isn't the worst part. What's coming next is even more telling. Sign 4, emotional withdrawal. This one hits hard, but it's the clearest sign of all. She's become emotionally distant. You used to share everything, the highs, the lows, the little victories, and even the frustrations. But now, it's like pulling teeth to get her to open up. And when she does, her responses feel flat, almost like she's just going through the motions. You'll notice how your feelings no longer seem to matter as much. When you're excited about something, she responds with a simple, "That's nice," or a dry, "Good for you." She used to celebrate your wins with you. Now, she doesn't even seem to care. When you're upset, her response is just as detached. "I'm sure you'll be fine." It's not that she's become rude, it's that she's become indifferent. When you talk about your day, she doesn't ask follow-up questions. When you open up about something important, she's distracted or doesn't engage in the conversation. It's like the emotional connection you once had is slowly evaporating. She's not looking for closeness, and every attempt you make to connect feels like it's met with a wall. What's really happening here? She's withdrawing emotionally, little by little, and you're being left to fill the gap on your own. But don't jump to conclusions. The real game changer is coming, and it's far worse than this. Sign 5, the subtle shift in intimacy. At first, the physical connection was natural. Spontaneous touches, playful kisses, that sense of closeness you could both feel. But now, it's different. You've noticed how she's pulling away during moments of intimacy. Whether it's a lack of affection or avoidance of eye contact, something feels off. When you try to initiate, she's distracted, distant, or quick to brush you off. "I'm tired," she says. But you know the excuse doesn't fit. Funny how she wasn't too tired when her friend needed her help at midnight, or when she went out with colleagues last week. Intimacy used to feel like a natural extension of your connection, but now it's more like something she tolerates rather than enjoys. Here's the real kicker. She starts acting distant in the small things, a lack of physical touch, even the way she holds your hand or leans in for a hug. When you try to share a quiet moment, she seems to pull back emotionally, not physically, but mentally. It's like she's no longer there in the way she used to be. It's subtle at first, but it's a clear sign she's no longer invested. And trust me, this isn't the worst of it. The next sign is even more chilling. Keep watching. I'll see you in the next video.